Thank you for joining my channel. I want to share with you today's readings is the 12 zodiac signs, and I will do them a little bit differently than last week. I'll also show what kind of elements I use in my readings. Alright, so let's start off with the cards. I use the Druid deck. They're a little bit larger than I'd like, but they speak volume to me. The other cards that I use are known as key cards. Key cards, they just have a key drawing on the back, but they're derived from many different places, essentially the tarot deck, and they're worded in such a way that to me it speaks more, and I join these key cards as kickers to other cards or the whole reading. The other element that I use is the pentagram and how I incorporate the pentagram. I have this on my business cards or little leaflet, as you can see. People ask me what this is, and this is essentially what I'm about to show you. The cards are laid out like this, but they all represent the 5 elements. And let's bring this out so you can see it. There it is. It unfolds itself and it comes out to the 5 elements. We've got wood, fire, earth, metal, and air, and of course water right here. Okay, let me just bring that saturation a bit down, or the transparency. And so the readings that I will do today will incorporate this little pentagram. For now, let's get into the numerology. The numerology. So here's the numerology, and I'll explain it to you. So there's a lucky number square, and people have told me that this reminds them of Sudoku. I've never played the game, so I don't know, but what it essentially is, I take your birthday or any important date that you want to work on. Let's say in this example we have November 8th, 2022. The objective that I have is to fill, well, first we find out what this adds up to. 20 plus 22 plus 8 plus 11 gives you the magical number, which is 61. You break that down and you get 7 as your life path number, but we're not going to concern ourselves with that. We're just going to concern ourselves with the number 61. So these 4 numbers, the special date, the anniversary, or the date of your marriage, or the date of some other special event, and you want to generate those lucky numbers, well, I will put all the numbers in these squares, and they're specific numbers because every number has to correlate with 2 or 3 planes. For instance, the number on this square has to play with these numbers, has to play with these numbers, and it has to play with these numbers. What do I mean by that? Let me show you. So 61, I have to fill in all the numbers, right? And believe it or not, every single one of these numbers are in the position they need to be. 13 here can't be just switched over, because now all of a sudden I'll have 21 in this position, and that will not add up to 61, which is what we want. We want them all to add up to 61, every column to 61, this one adds down to 61, this one. Not only that, but also the horizontals. That 13, that 21 has to work alongside to give you, you guessed it, 61. That one has to add up, that one, and that one has to add up to 61. The diagonals, both of them have to add up to 61. The 4 adjoining corners have to add up to 61. I'll tell you right now, there's, let me just pause this. There's a lot more combinations here. I'm not going to tell them to you. That's for you to figure out when you get your own personal zodiac chart or numerology chart. But for instance, the 4 squares, they add up to 61. So let's leave it at that. That's what I use for the numerology and how I make your chart. So over on the air, and of course we have little zodiacs, numerology. Let me talk about these for a little bit. There's also this reading. You will tell me which one of these appeals to you most. I'll put them down here and I'll give you a little reading based off this. And of course, this magical number square is related to other readings, and I will give them for the zodiac sign like I did last week. So that's it. We've got the lucky numbers, the elements, the pentagram, and so let's begin the zodiac readings for September 5th to September 11th. Enjoy the reading. Thank you. Pisces. How are you, Pisces? Excuse me, I have to do this almost at every sign. It's hot. It's about 150 degrees Celsius. No, Fahrenheit. Here in California. So, I'm literally melting away, Pisces. Melting away. I was 50 pounds heavier before this. That's how much weight I've just lost. Let's shuffle these cards for the Pisces. Ask the universe to bring us some good, joyous information for Pisces for the week of September 5th to September 11th. What's in store for you, Pisces? Let's take a look. One, two, three, four, five. Another shuffle. One more. And here we go, Pisces. If you want to leave a comment, anybody, feel free. How was the last reading? Last week. Let's cut these. Let's begin with the pentagram. Here we go. Wood, fire, earth, metal, water. We'll get the key cards in a bit. What was that? Oh, nothing. Oh, academically. That's where we're starting. Intellectually, what you've learned is how it's going to be driven today. The Four of Pentacles, thinking of ways of maybe saving money and adapting to new ways, planning accordingly with the money situation. The Queen of Swords, looking ahead about ideas on what you can do. Temperance, beautiful. And of course the Three of Swords, emotions, everything coming at the end in the water signs of emotions. Maybe a discussion with someone, and there's three parties involved. So, but it deals with communication and work, and it's in the heart too. The Temperance, it's a major arcana card. That's a beautiful card. Remember to do things moderately. Take your time, just in moderation. That's what the Temperance tells us. You've got some great new ideas, probably related to work or in your home life and how you're going to go about doing it. As far as fire, what's driving you this next week, you might be planning about money, centered around money, how to budget, how to control it, and all this is coming from experience academically of where you've come from. So, what is the key to all this reading for next week? Let's take a look at a key card for you. Oh, well, that was a jumper. Let's not use it. All right. Key card for next week. Self-reflection. This is the Hermit. So, the key to all this reading is, you're not going to believe it, more thinking. But Pisces, you already think too much. So, but self-reflection. So probably think about thinking, not thinking too much. I think that's the message here. Self-reflection. You do a lot of it, Pisces. You're very pensive. And let's see what the lucky numbers are. Do we have lucky numbers for Pisces? Yes. Why do you even ask? There it is. We have lucky numbers. Here they are. Beautiful. Like I'm holding them. Take a screenshot of that. Alright. Those are your lucky numbers for the sun sign Pisces. Not for you personally, because I would need your birthday. Let's take that away. Let's take the pentagram away. And that was the reading for Pisces. I hope you enjoyed that reading. That is it. And thank you very much. Zodiac readings for September 5th to September 11th. And I want to please ask you to like, subscribe, share, and get the notification. That helps the algorithm a lot. And join me next week, because next week for the readings we'll be using Zener cards. Aren't these beautiful? There's different colored ones, and there's the dark colored ones, black. We're going to mix them together, and we're going to give readings, and depending on what color comes up, we'll be using the Loshu square, or maybe the elemental star, and put them along each element. So we'll see if we do that, if we do the Loshu square with the numbers that I've had, and you pick out a key card. We'll figure it out, but join me next week. It should be a very interesting reading. So please, once again, like, share, subscribe, press that button. Thank you very much. Until then, have a wonderful week. Ciao.